Good morning, students. Today let us discuss the last topic in the lesson, structure of atom. In this lesson, in our previous class, we have discussed all these topics. We have learned about spectrum and electromagnetic spectrum, Bohr's model of atom, Bohr-Sommerfeld model of atom, quantum mechanical model of atom, quantum numbers, and the last one, electronic configuration. Today let us discuss about the electronic configuration. How do electrons in an atom occupy shells, subshells and orbitals? Is there any particular arrangement? Let us see. The distribution of electrons in shells, subshells and orbitals in an atom is known as electronic configuration. And it provides information of electrons' position. So, the electronic configuration is nothing but the distribution of electrons. How many electrons should a shell possess or a subshell should contain or an orbital? What are the maximum number of electrons? And also it is providing us the electron's position. Where is the electron, particularly where it is located, in which subshell it is or in which orbital it is. Is there any method to write the electronic configuration? Yes. That is called NLX method. In this NLX method, in this shorthand notation, what does the three letters represents? N stands for principal energy level and L stands for, and it representing the sub-level, whereas X number of electrons in the subshell, and it is written in the superscript, written as superscript. So N is nothing but the principal quantum number or principal energy level, and L it is angular momentum quantum number, and it provides us the where the electron in which sublevel or subshell it is, and X means number of electrons in the subshell. So this is the shorthand notation for writing the electronic configuration. Let us write the electronic configuration for hydrogen atom. What is the atomic number for hydrogen? It is 1. And how many electrons are there? We know that only one electron. So, by using this NLX method, how to write the electronic configuration? N value is principal quantum number, that is N, small n, that is N is equal to, see here, 1. And L means N minus 1. So it is 1 minus 1, 0. That means it belongs to the S or S sublevel or subshell. And how many electrons are there? 1. So 1s1 is the electronic configuration for hydrogen. Here 1 it is principal quantum number and S means angular momentum quantum number. That means it gives us the information about in which subshell it presents, and 1 is number of electrons in the orbital. So for the electron in hydrogen, the set of 4 quantum numbers. Let us write. N is the principal quantum number, N is equal to 1. L value means N minus 1. So 1 minus 1, 0. Same, L 0 means ML also 0. That means magnetic quantum number, whereas MS spin quantum number, we know only 2 spins are there, so only one electron here, either positive, that means plus half or minus half, that is clockwise or anti-clockwise, only one spin will be there. The electron configuration can also be represented by showing the spin of the electron. That means in a box, that means particularly one orbital is there, here 1s1, so one orbital, but here how many electrons are there? Only one electron. So we are showing this one in upward direction arrow, and the upward arrow means only one spin, that is the plus half or minus half. So this is the shorthand notation, and this is the process how to write the electronic configuration. But here only we have taken example for hydrogen atom, that means only single electron, so it is easy to write. How to write the electronic configuration for more than one electron in an atom? We know that in our periodic table, we are having 118 elements. In the previous slide, we know how to write we have learned how to write the electronic configuration for only one electron. That means we have written for hydrogen atom. What of the remaining atoms? Because all the remaining atoms consist more than one electron. So is there any particular method or is there any set of rules? Yes. What are those? Let us see. Here, for writing the electronic configurations consisting of more than one electrons, three principles we need to follow. What are they? First one, it is Aufbau principle, second one Hund's rule, and third one Pauli's exclusion principle. So we need to know all the three principles, then only we can write the electronic configuration for atoms consisting of more than one electron. Let us study these principles in detail. First principle is Aufbau principle, and the word Aufbau is a German word and the meaning is building up. Aufbau principle tells us how to fill the electrons in the orbitals. First, the lowest energy orbitals field has to filled. So Aufbau principle, it is insisting that we have to fill the least energy orbitals first by following the highest energy orbitals. There are two rules. They help us to predict the electronic configurations. In our previous class, we have studied about these orbits like K, L, M, N orbits. If N is equal to 1, principal quantum number value 1, then the first shell, it is called K shell. The K shell is having the lowest energy when comparing with the N shell. We know that one and we have studied about this in the previous class, but here we need to calculate the energies of the orbitals. How to calculate the energies of the orbitals? See here, by calculating the n plus L value. N is nothing but the principal quantum number and L is the angular momentum quantum number. If we know the two values, we can calculate the n plus L values. So the first rule, what it is telling? Electrons are assigned to orbitals in the order of increasing values of n plus L. So we have to calculate the n plus L values, and which one is having the least n plus L value, that one has to fill first and then followed by the next value. So n plus L value, n is equal to 1, then L value is 0. N plus L value, here it is 1 plus 0, that is 1. So 1s orbital. So 1s orbital is the least or lowest energy or n plus L value. See this picture. So 1s has the least value. So 1s has to fill first, followed by 2s, 2p, 3s, 3p and so on. So this is the increasing order of their n plus L value. What is the second rule? The subshells with the same value of n plus L, electrons are assigned first to the subshell with lower n. If we are calculating the n plus L value, if we got for two subshells or two orbitals same n plus L value, what we have to do? Then we have to consider the n value, the principal quantum number n, which is having the least n value. That one has to fill first. See here, 1s, 2s. So by following these two rules, this increasing order or this arrangement has done. So 1s first, then 2s, followed by 2p, 3s, 3p, 4s, 3d, 4p, 5s and 4d and so on. Let us take an example, and this is the order. Just now we have seen this is the increasing order of the n plus L values. Let us write the n values here, principal quantum numbers, and L values. L is nothing but n minus 1. So we can calculate the n plus L values. So these are the n plus L values for 1s, 2s, 2p, 3s, 3p, 4s, 3d and 4p. So let us check these two. First rule and second rule. See here, 2p and 3s are having n plus L values same. That means n plus L values for 2p is 3 and 3s is also 3. Then how to write or how to fill the electrons? In which one we have to fill first? Now we have to consider the principal quantum number values. For 2p it is 2 and 3s is 3. So which one is least? 2p. So first after filling the 2s orbital we have to fill the 2p rather than 3s. The next one it is, see here, after filling the 3p orbital usually we feel like we have to go for 3d, but here the order it is 4s. What is the reason? We have to calculate the n plus L values and we need to arrange the increasing order of their n plus L values. So among these 4s and 3d, 4s is having the least n plus L value, that means 4 here, whereas for 3d 5. So 4s will comes first and after followed by 3d. Based on these n plus L values, there is a chart. It is called Euler and proposed by Euler. This is called Euler chart. See this one. If n is equal to 1 principal quantum number, L is equal to 0, then we are having only one orbital, that is 1s. If n is equal to 2, two values are there for angular momentum quantum number. So 2 orbitals, 2s, 2p. If n is equal to 3, we are having 3 values. So 3s, 3p, 3d. N is equal to 4. 4s, 4p, 4d and 4f. Like this, if you write all the values, this is in the form of a chart and it is called Euler chart. First of all, which one is having the least n plus L value? It is 1s. So we have to fill the electrons in the 1s orbital. Next, electron has to fill in the 2s and then 2p, then 3s, followed by 3p, 4s and then will goes to 3d. So this is the increasing order of the n plus L values. So in other hand we can write this as by using the less than symbol. 1s is less than 2s and less than 2p. So up to 8s we can write this. So this is the order for writing the electronic configuration of any atom. Like how many electrons are there in that atom also, we can fill in this order only. So the maximum number of electrons in any shell is calculated by using the formula 2n square. We know this one. In K shell, how many electrons are there? So by calculating the, by using the formula 2n square, 2 into 1 square. So it is 2. The maximum number of electrons in a subshell. We know that for shell it is 2n square. For subshells names of subshells are SPDF. So we can calculate by using the formula 2 into 2l plus 1, where the L value starts from 0. We know that here by using this formula in S subshell, the maximum number of electrons are 2. For P it is 6 and D 10 and F 14. For example, beryllium atom, it is having the atomic number 4 and how many electrons are there here? 4 electrons are there. So how to fill and how to write the electronic configuration? So first n plus L value, it has to fill the 1s orbital. So we have to write 1s and how many maximum number of electrons in 1s orbital? S orbital it is 2. So 1s 2. 2 has to write in the superscript. Then after filling the 1s, so S orbital it is completely filled with 2 electrons and we have to move to the 2s. So 2s and how many maximum number of electrons in S orbital? It is 2. So 2s 2. So total 4 electrons filled in 1s2 and then 2s2. And it is also represented in like this, like one upward arrow and downward arrow. in a box. This is nothing but this box is one orbit, represents one orbital, and next one it is second orbital. And these two upward arrow and downward arrow are the representation for electrons. One upward arrow means that is the spin. The electron, it is in the clockwise direction, one electron, and another one it is anti-clockwise direction. So this is the representation of the electronic configurations of any atom. So this is the order, the increasing or ascending order of the energies of various atomic orbitals. And these are the maximum number of orbitals in each like s, p, d, f. How many are there? For suppose S means 2p6. So maximum number of electrons. How we have to fill? This is the order. This all information gives us the Aufbau principle. It is the second principle or rule, Hund's rule, and it is also called as Hund's rule. The electron pairing in orbital starts only when all available empty orbitals of the same energy are singly occupied, or the degenerated orbitals has to singly occupied. Then only we have to pair the electrons. In detail, let us see by taking an example of carbon atom. Carbon atom atomic number Z is equal to 6. That means it consists of 6 electrons. So the electronic configuration is 1s2, 2s1, 2p2. We know that one. But here, what does the Hund's rule tells us? How to fill the orbitals. Representing way, let us see here. This is, see here, first the 2 electrons filled in 1s orbital, no problem, and then coming to 2s orbital, 2 electrons filled. After filling the 2s, the electron has to fill in the 2p orbital. For 2p orbital, we know that this is the degenerated orbitals, 2px, 2py and 2pz. So instead of filling the 2px with 2 electrons, we have to share all the 3 generated orbitals. First electron, first one electron goes to 2px, and next one, that means 2py, goes to or filled with one next electron. So let us see one more example in detail. For neon atom, we know that one atomic number is 10. So we are having 10 electrons in neon atom. So the electronic configuration we can write as 1s2, 2s2 and 2p6. See here, first 1s2 and 2s2. After filling that, each 2px, 2py, 2pz filled with 1 electron each. The upward arrows first and then 3 paired later. So like this we have to fill. Rather than filling the first one with 2 electrons, we have to give each 1 electron to all the 2px, 2py, 2pz, and if one more electrons are there, then we have to pair. So in this way, Hund's rule explains that all the degenerated orbitals has to give or with single electrons first, and then only pairing has to be takes place. This is all about Hund's rule. Last one, it is Pauli's exclusion principle. No two electrons of the same atom can have all the 4 quantum numbers same. We have studied in the previous class about the quantum numbers. Those are principal quantum number and angular momentum quantum number, magnetic quantum number and spin quantum number. No two electrons have all the same 4 quantum numbers. So N, L and ML, if these values are same for 2 electrons, definitely MS must be different. That means spin must be different. For example, in the helium atom, the spins must be paired. Helium atom, we know that 2 electrons are there. So the electrons with paired spins are denoted by one it is upward direction and one it is downward direction. One electron has a plus half. That means one it is clockwise direction. The other has ms value, that is spin quantum number, it is minus half. They have anti-parallel spins. So helium atomic number it is 2 and the electronic configuration it is 1s2. So in the orbital representation, it is having one upward arrow and one it is downward arrow. So no two electrons in any atom can have all the four quantum numbers same. That means no two electrons have the same quantum numbers. That means same values. At least they differ in their spin. This is all about the Pauli's exclusion principle. So since only two values of ms are allowed, an orbital can hold only two electrons and they must have opposite spins. So from this we can clearly know that, we can clearly say that the maximum number of electrons in an orbital are only two, because only two values are allowed. That means only two spins. One it is clockwise or one more it is anti-clockwise. That means two opposite spins. That means in any orbital only two electrons will be possessed, or the maximum number of electrons in orbital is 2. This is about all the three principles or rules. One it is Hofbauer principle and Hund's rule and Pauli's exclusion principle. Based on these three principles, we can write the electronic configurations. Are following these three principles, we have to write the electronic configurations of any atom in our periodic table. We are having so many atoms, like 118 are there. We can write easily by following these three principles. This is for today. Thank you.